Good morning to you. Here we go. So you might be like, gosh, Martha, you're a little dressed down. Well, it is a holiday here for us here in the US. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I am taking a day off, you guys. But we are still going to chat. We are still going to talk. And maybe something shakes loose in you today. Maybe that happens. I don't know. But let me see. What we are talking about today, you guys, is this. Quit your job and do what you want to do. I'm going to go through some stuff that I just realized that not everybody realizes, right? So we're going to go through some stuff that's kind of obvious to me, but that doesn't mean that it's obvious to everybody. And so we're going to bring that into play here, okay? You guys can win things. Just in case you were not aware of that. All you have to do, you guys, is subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, share my YouTube videos into social media, tagging myself or my business page in it. That is just to let me know that you have done that. One person every single week is going to win something. So there is that, all right? Let me go ahead and pull that off the screen. I see you guys coming in. Good morning. I see you guys. Go ahead and keep commenting. Whatever you want to comment, right? So like if you have questions, if you're like, yes, girl, if you're like, that's awesome. If you're like, hey, girl, to somebody else in the chat, go ahead and do that. Whatever you want to do, you guys. I'm going to put some of you guys up on the screen at the end where you belong. Not, you don't belong at the end, you belong on screen. I have been not wording things correctly over the last 48 hours. En masse. I have been, almost everything I've said in the last 48 hours didn't come out the way I intended it to come out. So maybe I should just be quiet. Maybe I shouldn't do a video, or maybe this is going to be hilarious. Who knows? Let me see. We don't know what we don't know. There it is, Peggy. There it is. Okay, let's get at it. So, quit your job and do what you want to do. So I've had a lot of conversations in the last, well, over the last weekend. And since I got home. And, you know, I've taken some meetings and just been, you know, in conversation with people. And their big question is, you know, some of them are hitting retirement age and they're like, you know, pension is going to be X number of dollars, but we really want to be able to make more than that. Is that something we can really do? And I'm sitting there like, what? Yeah, right? You darn tootin' you can do more than that. And it's just so like, it's awesome to me that people are even asking these questions instead of assuming the answer's no and not even asking the question. Does that make sense? Because that's where we had lived for all of time until now, pretty much, is we've lived in a place of, oh, I know the answer's no, so I'm not going to ask the question, right? Now people are getting a little bit more ballsy, a little bit more curious, a little bit more inquisitive, and saying like, okay, well, I mean, here's my reality, you know, here's what I have to look forward to on paper. I want this. Can I do this? And that's where I'm like, yes, you can absolutely do that. And so one person is like, we need to set up a time and we need to sit down and we need to talk about what that looks like. And as our conversation further, I'm not going to say who it is because I didn't ask him if I could share this story, but if you're on and you're watching now or later, go ahead and comment like, hey girl, that's me. But as we were talking, he even went into some things like in his backstory and in him and his wife, like in what they have together. And I'm like, that's it. Like, we don't need to talk, you know? That's it right there. That's your place. And that's kind of what it's what we do in HBR, guys. You guys familiar with HBR? Home-Based Revolution? It's like my program where I teach you to do what I've done. But who else asked me? Someone else asked me a question last week sometime, and they were like, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to do something. I know that I want to create income from home, but I have no idea what I'm going to do. Is that something that is that like included in the program? Yes, it is. It's all you guys need in order to jump into HBR. And if you're in HBR, explain this, guys. In the comments, say whether I'm speaking truth or not, right? Because I'm not just some dude bro sitting on the front of a Ferrari, rented Ferrari, right? I'm not some dude bro sitting on the front of a Ferrari saying, buy my stuff, it's going to make you better, and then it doesn't, you know? This actually is the blueprint for precisely what you want in life. It's the blueprint for what everyone wants in life. Whether you realize it, whether you've allowed yourself to dream or not, it's the blueprint for everything. It's possible for everyone. Everyone. This isn't like you have to be a creative, you have to be a teacher, you have to be able to talk well, you have to do all of the, no, it's like it's good for everyone. Everyone can find their place in this. Now I'm going to say something that's a little bit sobering here, okay? You guys, we have to get our houses in order. If you know, you know. It's time for you to take control of what you have going on at home. It's time for you to take control of how you create income for your family. It's time to take control of a lot of things. First and foremost, how you create income. Okay? You don't know what's coming. I'm not going to get political or anything because quite frankly, it's not even politics. It's bigger than that. You don't know what's coming. And here's the deal, is whenever it hits, I'm not saying if it hits, I'm saying when it hits, all of a sudden you're going to sit there and you're going to think, oh my gosh, I should have, instead of, thank the Lord I have all this set up. This could have been real bad. Thank God I have all of this set up. Real talk, you guys. Okay? Again, had to preface it by saying that this is a sobering thing. But our goal is to make sure that families are self-sufficient. Okay? Our goal, when I say our, everybody that works with our brand and Mike and I, our goal is to make sure you guys are good. And that's not by saying you have to buy all of this stuff. My stuff isn't even that expensive. If you go look out in the world of coaches and whatever, you're going to look upwards of 30 to 50 grand a year. Okay? My stuff is, I have people make fun of me. Those people make fun. They don't make fun of me like they're laughing at me, but they kind of are. They rib me, right? Like we're friends, but they rib me and they're like, what are you even doing? What I'm doing is changing the world. That's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is giving everyday people access to how they're going to be able to create income. Because when the house of cards falls, which you guys, if you could see that the house of cards is on its last leg, man, I hope you can see that because it's there. So when this house of cards falls, what happens to people? You're going to be at the mercy of somebody who doesn't give a rip about you or your family. I didn't mean to go into this today. I actually came in real high energy and wanting to just like, yeah, because we have a day off. But apparently I just needed to say that because that's just what happens. We got to get real with what's going on in our world. And we got to get real what's happening in our families. Okay? If you're at the very least just wanting to take care of your family, you need to make some changes. And if it's at the last minute or the 11th hour as something is coming down and then you're like, okay, Martha, now I want in, that's cool, but you're still a little late on implementation. It's cool. Whenever you jump in is when you jump in, and that's cool. But you'll be late on implementation because it takes time to set up. Okay? Set it up now so when the cards fall, you're good. Guys, this is it. This isn't just, hey, everybody, let's quit our jobs. It's, hey, everybody, let's get sustainable. Let's get into a place where we can just keep, where we don't have to be fearful of what's coming. Because we got this. Right? People look at, quitting their job and creating income from home. They look at it as like a, that'd be nice. It'd be really cool if I could do that, really cool for her, glad for her, a little mad at her. But I can't do it for whatever reason. That's garbage. It's a lie, and it's been perpetuated for you. It's been perpetuated for you to feel precisely the way that you feel right now. That lie has been manipulated, manufactured, and perpetuated, blasted out at you, at the masses, at mass level, blasted out at you to make you feel like you can't do anything. And sounds like it's working. But my goodness, for the sake of your family, for the sake of everybody that knows you and that can see what you're doing, be an example of taking this life by the horns. Be an example of doing things different. Be an example of not even kicking back against the system, like fighting the system, not even being an example of that. I'm not talking about fighting anything. I'm talking about removing yourself. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to fight anybody. That takes too much energy. I'm going to spend my energy removing myself and creating the new. I will not kick back against the old. I will create the new. And that's where I spend my energy. So for those folks that feel like they really need to fight the establishment and fight this and fight that, please understand your energy is being misdirected. It's what they want. If you're so busy fighting them, you're not doing what you really could be doing. Does that make sense? Which is what's best for your family. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do, without my insurance? Where am I at on time? Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do without insurance? Get independent insurance, guys. The only reason I bring that up is because it's what a lot of people think. A lot of people are like, well, my job provides this insurance. And all of a sudden, they're just beholden to a job that provides them insurance that, quite frankly, may not even be that great of insurance. But understand, insurance really isn't that expensive. To be beholden to a company forever and ever, amen, keeping you from doing other things that actually create stability in your life, being beholden to a company just because of insurance is self-sabotage. You're creating excuses. Oh, well, I have to do this. It only makes sense. You guys, I figuratively jumped out the window on my job. One day, got the video of Nora taking her first steps. World crashed down on me. And in that moment, I'm like, I'm going to do something else. This isn't okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for me to miss stuff like that. And that was just for me. That was my journey. That's my story. It's not okay. But I held the insurance on our family. I was the only breadwinner in our family, right? 2 families living with us, brand new house, big old mortgage. I was the only one making money and the only one with insurance. And I quit my job. You think I was sitting there like, oh, but this insurance? No. I saw what I was capable of. I saw where I could go with this thing, and I knew, who cares about insurance? I can get that. I can pay for that. Don't let that be your anger. It's so silly. It's part of the system. It's part of the whole thing. Anyway, here's what I'm going to say right now is if you guys are not in HBR, first of all, it's going up in price a lot here really soon, next couple of weeks. Get in now so you can get your stuff set up, okay? It works for everybody. I don't care what you sell. I don't care if you don't know what you're gonna sell. I don't care if you feel like you have no skill sets at all. I do not care. This works for everybody. One thing that you're going to realize whenever you come in, after about a year, maybe even 6 months, you're gonna quickly realize you have become the very best version of yourself possible. And when you work from that space, everything just gets annihilated. All limitations, everything is annihilated, and you can see where you're going. Right now, you can't see past your limitations. You got mountains and privacy fences in front of you that are like, nope, you can't, nope, you can't, no, and you're like, you feel stuck, and you're like, well, I can't, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to annihilate those. You're supposed to decimate those. You are supposed to completely ransack those limitations. And that's the very first thing that we do. And then you're able to see what you're truly capable of and what you're here for and who you're here for and how you can serve and how you can create income streams around it without feeling gross. And instead being in service to people and getting messages every day about how much you have helped people in their life. That's the life for all of us. We're capable of it. We were designed for it. It's here for us. Okay? So in order to get into HBR, what you do is you just message me at Livin the Dream with Martha. It's my Facebook business page. Message me the words, let's do this, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message me. It's a human being you're talking to. It's not a bot. Okay? We'll go through what it's about and give you the details of it. And you'll say yay or nay. I'm not going to chase you around the internet. I'm not that person. I'm not going to tell you to do that whenever you're building your own income streams. It is what it is. You're going to make your decision. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. Vonda, the HBR community is the bomb too. So much support and encouragement. Heck yes. Angela, HBR is solid gold. When you put it to use and follow the steps, it changes your life in so many ways, not just financially. We're all different and we all have different paths and it can help each one of you. There it is. Peggy, HBR is life-changing. You guys, I'm not like paying people to say this. Caitlin, HBR is the blueprint and the roadmap. I needed it, taught me so much I never thought I would be able to learn. And ever since I have never felt so ambitious and motivated. Boom! I'm popping out of here, you guys. Have the best day ever. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.